And we are going to go into map number 2. It's going to be Eternal Empire, a massive rush distance on this map. Normally the Rug, the Zerg, a lot more room. It takes a little bit longer for the Terran to get across the map. We see a little bit more mech from certain Terrans on this map as well, as it does have a lot of choke points, high grounds, valleys, and just, of course, being able to rally with bio on this map is a little bit tougher, but you certainly see it for players like Innovation. These players seem to really not like mech as much at the moment.
Absolutely. The cliffs, definitely areas of utility here on this map as we launch into map number 2. And down here in the bottom left-hand side of the map, representing ENCE Esports in the red, it's Serral.
Ooh, that was a doom zoom right there. I wasn't ready for that one, but you know what? I like it. Thank you, production. And it's up right here in the blue from KaiZ Gaming. It is the Terran player, Innovation. It's a Starcraft tournament. I love a good doom zoom.
I like it when it's really shaky as well, you know? You feel like the ship's under attack almost, or on the bridge. It's always cool, though, here to see a big map like Eternal Empire, because Innovation, he's shown a lot of bio so far. He's shown some early Raxes a few weeks back, a month ago. It was all about that mech play for Innovation. It's something he excels at. Took down players like Rogue, just absorbing wave after wave of late game pressure. But if you talk to the EU players, they say the Nidus Swarm Host is so good against mech. A lot of the Terran players aren't really doing it. Flip side of that is Serral won't have much practice against it.
That is true. It just feels like one of those things that, you know, the Swarm Host Nidus thing hasn't been dealt with yet, but there is potential for it to be dealt with. You know, even theory crafting, you could just maybe throw in a few more Hellbats, be a little bit more careful about when you move out, or have a certain timing where the Swarm Host Nidus Worm's not going to be as potent, so you can punish the Zerg for making Swarm Host Nidus Worm, because they're not going to have anything back at home, really. There is a lot to work with. It's one of the wonderful things about StarCraft 2 is that the game and the meta just changes organically over time with maps, and just players getting more time to figure things out. So many tools at your disposal in the game. These two gentlemen here in this game, two of the best handymen with those tools.
SCV Scout out of Innovation, going to come across the map. See if he goes to block the third base or returns home. Looks like just a straight return home, confirming that there is nothing too cheeky coming out of Serral just yet.
Yeah, just making sure it's hatchery first there. If you go down and you don't see a hatchery finishing up and you're get those alarm bells ringing as a Terran, you start to think about getting your static defenses down there, or perhaps changing your add-ons to try and deal with whatever early pressure comes out from the Zerg. Serral avoiding the Reaper right now with that drone, waiting for 300 minerals.
So with that SCV heading to the very top center of the map, is this Proxy Fusion Core Battlecruiser?
That would make sense. This is a really, really weird spot to put a starport. His factory's already in production, so it does seem like it, but the thing is, you got to make a starport first.
The Overlord also saw the SCV heading in an odd direction. Serral not one to usually miss a piece of information like that, so we have to keep our eyes open. Early creep tumor on the natural, skipping the inject there.
A hidden factory. So this actually, from Innovation, looks like one of those blue flame hellbatty battle mechy things.
Okay, cool. So make it so it is unscoutable, that it is indeed the second factory. I mean, you're going to know something's missing. So we'll have to see. Starport at home does go down. It's delayed, but not too massively. Okay, very cool.
Yeah, this is something we've not seen for a hot minute here. We did see, like, speaking of the Asus ROG earlier in the year, where Time had some 2 factory builds that he tried to whip out against Serral. Of course, things were a little bit different back then. And this definitely looks a lot different from Innovation, with one of the factories being proxied. Usually it's just very early Cyclones, and you can get Blue Flame as well for the Hellions, which Time certainly did in his series against Serral.
Magfield as well, an option if Roaches hit the field.
Definitely.
Probably not really going to be chosen against Queenling Bane. Doesn't do anything against any of those non-armored units. Unless you can snipe a hatchery, but I think that's hoping for a little bit much at this early point. So yeah, as you said, Blue Flame kicks in there. 3 Hellions building at a time, and you know, the one thing I don't like about this on this map, almost every Zerg player walls off the front of their natural ramp with their Evo and their Baneling Nest or their Roach Horn. There is a creep tumor there right now, just blocking it. But Serral is one who might actually just, you know, kill the creep tumor, get that wall off up. The reason players like this is, I mean, you know it's a Hellion opening. Even if you just think it's one factory, it always makes your life so much easier if you can just defend in front of the third base.
So Serral's Overlord speed opener is usually pretty safe. You usually get to see what's up. His Overlord is actually going to miss this factory. It's so close, but I don't think it'll see it.
Yeah, Overlords are... Oh, he changed it. He changed it. Overlords have the longest vision in the game.
I think we'll be seeing a Roach Warren pretty quickly here from Serral. Yeah. Holding this with just Slings and Queens is so difficult. He might even need some Spine Crawlers. There's that Roach Warren, and these are going to be Hellbats pigs, so it's even scarier than just pure Hellion.
Medevac coming across as well. Could ferry 4 Hellions into the natural or the main, turn them into Hellbats there. Lots of ways this could come about. 3 Marines moving across as well. A huge timing attack, a massive commitment from Innovation. Serral sniffed it out, but he did not have a lot of warning. The Evo Chamber block coming down that I was talking about earlier. I'd love to see it, but I think it's a little late.
I agree with you. I don't even think he'll be able to get that second one as the Hellbats are right here. The Queen's got that Concave, the Ling's waiting for their time to shine, but these are Blue Flame Hellbats.
Those Queens got to get out of there. They've got to pull further back. They've got to just buy their time. They've got to buy time right now. They've got to pull to the right-hand side. Serral individually pulling back Queens, trying to buy as many seconds as he can. Roach Production's just started up, but it is not a lot. Only 2 Roaches, 3 adding into the production tab, more Queens popping out, and it's all about just buying time. But look at that, Hellions there. Blue Flame Hellions doing damage. There we go. Surrounding individual ones. Effectively nice micro from Serral, but with a Blue Flame, it's so deadly.
9 Roaches are about to pop out here, even though he's taking a lot of damage. He is pulling all those drones away from the Hellbats. Queens are being bled out here from Serral, but all he needs to do is hold. This is committed from Innovation. He's making SCVs back at home. He needs more drone damage than this, and getting the Queens here is a great step for Innovation to take a lead in the earlier start of this game.
More Queens are in production. That's very important, because even once this is done...
Drones.
Yeah, even once this is done, another Queen goes down. The Medevac's going to be a problem. There's 2 Medevacs that can drop on top of these drones. Oh, they're drilling away there, trying to get away from this. Is there a Queen in the main base? No anti-air. You see, this is the problem. Even though it's being cleaned up, Innovation has all of the air control. There's no way for the Queens to shut down these Medevacs.
Queen at the 3rd base there, but you're absolutely right. Serral is dangerously low on Queens. He does get rid of that Medevac there, but there's another one that's a thorn in his side. Innovation does have it sort of over the main, but obviously anything there would die pretty quickly to the Roaches. He goes to the natural instead. Serral really can't keep up with his Medevac until he gets a Queen out. A big round of drones there, getting very deep in the red. Innovation gets 3 of them.
And he needs this damage as well. All this lost mining time is very important for Innovation to really slow down Serral. He's just started his 3rd command center. A big swing in of Blue Flame Hellions, but the drones are evacuated well ahead of time. Serral so low on workers.
And he's not out of the woods yet. That Medevac coming back, and the main is looking real naked here. Some Roaches, but not enough to stop that drone damage. Or they just trickle out to the right side, but 5 go down. This kind of damage is really critical here. Innovation in a really good spot.
He's got to defend the main in the natural. Serral right now keeps prioritizing his 3rd, a little bit shaken off this crazy start, this aggression here.
Oh, Innovation. He's absolutely everywhere, pew-pewing down drones one at a time. Serral's going for the Nidus Worm here. He doesn't feel like there's a macro game in this for him.
Yeah, that's the right call. I really like that call. He realizes at this point, okay, this is not working out. My economy is so bad right now. I've got to do something desperate. He's building 7 more drones, and behind that will no doubt be non-stop Roaches. I think even with that, there is already 5 Barracks Marine production on the way for Innovation. He's building tanks, and I don't know if Serral has a window.
I don't think so either. He's going to try and get it done anyway. Every win is extremely important here.
Yeah, the window might be closed. Serral's going to take a go at smashing it anyway. I really don't think this has got a great chance to do it.
There's a tank out for Innovation. This just doesn't look good at all. Obviously, Serral, you have to try, but it does not look good. Drop in the main base, just making bad things worse here for Serral. Innovation looking incredible to tie up the series.
Such a cute build here. I love this mix-up from Innovation. Scouted just a bit too late there by Serral. He's going to try and come forward with the Roach Ravager. 2 tanks, a bunker, Marines, Hellions with Blue Flame, SCVs pulled to the front as well. The Ravagers there unable to land the Biles because a quick unsiege and dodge there from Innovation.
This is just GG, and there it is. Serral taps out. Innovation with the cheeky Blue Flame 2 factory build.